Hey everyone, and welcome back to day 6 of our AI photo editing series. In this video, we're focusing on 2 brand new tools, Harmonize as well as Generative Upscale. Harmonize allows you to instantly match the lighting and color from 2 different photographs, making your composites completely realistic with a click of a button. And if you've ever needed to make your photos larger, Generative Upscale will do that using AI and fill in all of the missing details. These are 2 incredible tools. Now, don't forget you can download all of these sample images as well as PSDs and a printable calendar by joining this series. It's completely free. All you have to do is click on the link right down below to sign up and we'll send you everything. We have a great video for you. Let's jump into Photoshop for these brand new tools. So we're starting off with our background image. Now, I love this photograph. I want to place a person inside of it. So I found this image on a stock image website. We're going to take our harmonized subject.jpg and click and drag it right in there and hit enter. Now you can see the lighting on our subject doesn't match the background, the coloring doesn't match our background, nothing really matches, but that's okay. The first thing we need to do is cut out our subject or remove background. It's easier than ever. Literally all you have to do is go to your layer with your subject and click here on remove background. Now this uses AI to find your subject and then create a layer mask, and that's all there is to it. Literally our subject is cut out from the background. Now you want to go ahead and place your subject about where they're going to be and be sure to size them. Let's hit Control or Command T for transform, and I'm just going to shrink our subject down just a little bit and put her in this space so it looks realistic with the sizing of our image. Fantastic. Now comes our next tool. Any layer that has a layer mask already applied to it is going to automatically have this Harmonize tool available to us in our contextual taskbar. Now, if you don't see Harmonize, that's totally okay. You can use it literally on any layer. Just go type in where it says help, type in Harmonize, okay? And you're gonna find it's located right over here. It tells you exactly where anything is that you need to find. It's in the layer panel. So if you need to go to layer, down to Harmonize, it's right here as well. But if you have a layer with a layer mask, it's always gonna be here in your contextual taskbar. Let's go ahead and click on Harmonize. Now, what this does is it uses Adobe's Firefly Model 3 to match the color and the lighting of your subject to the background. So this does use generative credits. This is AI, but it does an amazing job. All right, this is almost done. You can see this in real time. In our properties panel, we're always going to get 3 variations with every generation. Okay, now here are our variations. Let's go ahead and click through them and see how they look. Honestly, they look pretty good. Generally, for my recommendation, I always recommend clicking on generate at least 1 or 2 more times. This tool is still in its early phases and it's really good, but it's not always exactly what you want. So in my suggestion, in my opinion here, you want as many options in your variations as possible. You're just gonna have more options and you can choose which one looks the most realistic. There we go. So we went ahead and made 3 more variations and I can kind of click through these and see how they all look. I think they're looking great. There we go. I think that one and that one, there we go. Honestly, I think this one looks really, really nice. So I think that one's the way to go right there. So let's go back to our layer panel. I'm just going to turn that off and back on again. And you can see it completely changed the light and the color of my photo. It even added a shadow behind my subject and it did a really, really good job. So this is Harmonize. Now, this is our very first example. Again, I do want to say this tool is in its early phases. It's going to get better and better as time goes on. It's literally just getting out of beta as the time that I release this video. Let's go ahead and show you one more example of how I'm going to use Harmonize, and then I'm going to use the new partner models together, and I think that's going to give us a really beautiful result. Okay, so in our second example, we have another background, and I want to go ahead and find a different photo. So we're going to take Harmonize subject 02 and click and drag her into this. You can see the subject is a completely different environment. It has totally different clothing. That's okay. We're going to change all that, and I'm going to show you some additional tips on top of Harmonize that's going to make it all come together. So here's our subject. Let's go ahead and start with remove background, just like we did in our first image. And you can see, yeah, looks pretty good. Next, what we're going to do is click here on Harmonize, just like what we did before, and we're going to get a few variations. So we've removed the background. Now we're using Harmonize, and that's going to match the lighting from one image to another one, okay? So here you're gonna see it's gonna generate, and of course, we're gonna have 3 variations with every generation that we choose. All right, now her lighting actually looks pretty good. relatively similar. It's soft lighting, and so is the background already. So there we go. All of these variations actually look really, really nice. There we go. I think I'm going to go with that first one. Now, here is my tip. She still looks great, right? Subject looks great with the background, but her clothing doesn't match, right? Her clothing is like relatively urban clothing, and she's in a city, sorry, she's in like a country environment. What we're going to do is we've already used select subject to remove the background. We've already used Harmonize. Now we're going to bring in our partner models, and we're going to work on changing her clothing as well. So the first thing we need to do is select all. You can do that by going to select and then down to all, or hitting Control or Command A. So selecting our entire image. Next, let's go to Generative Fill. I'm going to make sure in my partner models, we're going to choose Gemini 2.5 Nano Banana. And I'm going to paste in my prompt to save some time. Basically, I have it saying change her clothing to match the background and make it fall or winter clothes. So it's going to match the background, and we want to change the season. Let's go ahead and click on Generate. So now we've taken all of the information with our subject, cut out from the background, and Harmonize. We're adding on top of that Gemini 2.5 to change your clothing to match the background as well. And this is how I think the tool actually starts to come alive, is when you use all these tools together. All right, and here we go, almost done. And of course it's AI, so I have no idea what it's going to do. Obviously I tested this beforehand, but I don't know what these clothes are gonna look like. It's gonna be fall or winter clothing and match the background. All right, almost done here. The anticipation is eating me alive. Let's see what it says. And there we have it. Look how amazing this result is. I am so happy with this. So we've used a few different tools, but our subject still looks the same, but we've completely now changed her clothing to match that environment. So let's go ahead and take a look. Here is our background layer as we started with. Then we have our subject in a completely different environment. We cut out our subject using remove background, and then we went ahead and harmonized our subject to match the lighting. And then from there, we matched the lighting to her subject with the clothing, and it looks so nice. What a beautiful composite this is. And you can see how the subject's original lighting, okay, doesn't look that realistic. We've harmonized it, and the lighting looks much better. And then when we used Nano Banana to change her clothing, it kept the lighting from the Harmonize as well. So we used Harmonize as an intermediate step, and then used Nano Banana to change her clothing and brought it all together. This is an amazing composite. It looks so good. And the last tool I want to show you is Generative Upscale. Now for this works on any photograph that you have. I recommend the long edge be about 2,000 to 4,000 pixels. You can work on something smaller, but that's the ideal range. So let's go ahead and jump in and show you how to use it. So here's our sample image. Now I'm gonna go to image and then down here to image size. And we're gonna see it's actually a relatively large image that we're starting with, just to show you kind of like the workarounds and how to use this tool. So it's a 4,000 by 6,000 pixel image to start with. Now, if I go to image, there we go, and then down here to Generative Upscale, there we go, and I try to put it to 2x, okay, twice the size. It's gonna say the dimension's gonna be 8,000 by 12,000, but here we go, look at this, it's saying output is too large. Width of the height exceeds 6144 pixels. So that's going to be the maximum size. After you do the 2x or the 4x, you're still limited to a maximum size of 6144 pixels on the long edge. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, let's go ahead here. I like that they included this open an image size dialog. Let's go ahead and click there, open an image size. What that means is we're just going to take our size and make this much smaller. So we're going to take the height, the long edge. I'm going to make this 1500 pixels on the long edge. So basically what this means is if you have an image that's about 1500 pixels on the long edge or smaller, then you can use Generative Upscale. If you're starting off with a large image, it will not allow you to use Generative Upscale. So keep that in mind. It wants you to start with a small image. Let's go ahead and hit OK. All right, and you can see we have resized our image. It's much smaller. Let's go ahead and click that. That's 100% zoom. So let's go back to image. We're gonna go to image size one more time just to double check. There we go. Our width is set to 1,000 pixels and our height is set to 1,500 pixels. All right, let's hit OK. So now we're ready to actually use Generative Upscale. We're gonna go to image and then down here to Generative Upscale. Fantastic. And now 2x, we don't have any warning dialog, okay? It's going to say it's going to be 2,000 by 3,000, or we can go ahead and put this to 4x, and it's going to be 4,000 by 6,000. 6,000 pixels. Alrighty, because I made it smaller, I made it 1500 on the long edge, times that by 4, and you have 6,000 pixels, which is right about the limit for Generative Upscale. Okay, let's go ahead and click on Upscale and see what this does. Again, this is using the Firefly Upscaler. We don't have any partner models available just yet, but this does a really good job. Especially if you have like an old, maybe like a vintage photo, like a film scan or something that you've scanned it, you need to make that sort of thing big. This is the way to go. All right, so with our Firefly Upscaler, you can see it does take a little bit of time. Basically just use it as a generative credit, just like any of our other AI tools here in Photoshop. But what I like about this is it's gonna generate the upscaled version as well as the original version as well. We'll show you that as soon as this finishes. And here we go, it finishes, and you can see at 100% zoom, we have a much larger image. In fact, I need to zoom out so we can actually see our photograph. Let's go ahead and go back in, and here we have, I like that this does it, Firefly Upscaler 4x scale, and here's the original. So you can kind of compare this. So let's make that invisible and compare. This is what it would look like if you just took your original photograph and scaled it up without any AI. You can see a large loss of quality. Now here, let's go ahead and take a look at the Firefly Upscaler 4x scale, turn that on, and you can see, look at that detail in this photograph. I mean, it's basically exactly like if it started this large. So there's our before and our after, a really big difference in detail, especially when I zoom in and show you all of these pixels. So here is the upscaled version, and here is the before version. It just looks really kind of like soft and pixelated, and you don't see a lot of detail. And in the upscaled version, it really has beautiful detail. And let's just double check it. We're gonna go to image, down here to image size, and yes, we are at 4,000 by 6,000 pixels, and hit okay. Now, I used in this example a large image to start with, and then scaled it down, and then scaled it back up using Generative Upscale. I only did that to show you that there are pixel dimension limitations, okay? Don't do that. Like, don't start with a big image and then scale it down and then scale it back up again. There's no reason you would do that. The reason you would use this tool is if you're starting with a small image and you need to scale it up. I only did this as a demonstration to show you that there is a pixel limit size of 6,000 or so pixels. So if you're starting off with a big image, Generative Upscale is not available for you, and then just keep your large image to start with. But you can see how Generative Upscale as well as Harmonize are amazing tools for both getting your subject to blend into the background and scaling up those smaller photos in your library. So now's the time to go look for old family photographs, scan them into your computer or take a picture with them on your phone, and then upscale them. You'll be amazed at the resolution differences. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give us a big thumbs up if you did, and click on subscribe. We'll send you more videos in our AI photo editing series. And don't forget, you can join by clicking the link right down below. It's totally free. We'll send you all of these sample assets so you can follow along. Thanks again, and I'll Phlearn you later. Bye everyone.